I'm waiting to see if Paul's coming. Oh, shit. You didn't even play the video.
I did get just to.
It's live right now.
Oh, damn. Okay, hold on.
Thank you for watching Highway 34 Connection. Today's podcast will begin shortly.
Your co-hosts are Chief streaming from Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, along with Insidious streaming on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, and the Ghost from Ghost MAF streaming on Twitch. Welcome to Highway 34 Connection, the pod. The following podcast.
All right, we're gonna cut it right there. So to start the show, I would like to, as most people probably hear by now, all the flags are half-staffed because of the, and this is kind of what we're going to talk about in Insidious as a conspiracy theory. But as everyone already probably knows at this point, the Hamas terrorist group did what Israelis was equivalent it to their 9/11. Hamas did a massive attack against Israel over the weekend, which took lots of lives, including that of at least 9 Americans that I know about. And that's what Governor Reynolds was talking about the other day. So 9 Americans that, I mean, somebody at work told me it was 11, but Reynolds said it was 9. Either way, 1 American being killed by a terrorist organization is one too many. So for the fact that 9 were killed by Hamas over the weekend is a horrific attack. And political aside, we both know if another person was in the White House and even 1 American was killed overseas, Hamas would be a tattered wasteland at about now, instead of the current president that doesn't care. It's now 14. Oh well. See, that's what I'm talking about. I was really told 9, then I was told 11.
Yeah, morning your time.
Yep. So the Gaza Strip, which is a small little area to the west of Israel, is where the Hamas terrorist organization is coming out of. So, and I don't know for sure. I only read about this, but I think other Americans were taken hostage. I'm not 100% sure on that. But
yes, some Americans were taken hostage.
Yep.
And that's why he sent over military aid, including planes, warships, and a shit ton of guns and ammunition.
Right. So, okay, we're a little bit of silence there for that. So, if you ask me, we should be dropping a payload over their country for every American that was killed. You know what I mean? Whether it was 9, 11, or 14, that's how many sweeps of bombs we do over their land to let them know that that's what happens when you fuck with America. But that's what we're going. Huh?
That's what happened in Syria.
Damn right it did. I mean, whether you liked our former president or not, the fact is, when Trump took office, it only took him a couple of months to destroy ISIS. You know, and now we have another terrorist organization, Hamas, that's running rapid in Israel. They just attacked them with equivalent to Israel's calling it their 9/11 now, and they killed Americans along with it and captured Americans. So if you ask me, this is another threat that should have been taken care of a long time ago, but we let it grow to this extent. And I think it's time to do what we did to ISIS to Hamas. But that's my personal opinion. That's not the opinion of Highway 34 Connection. That's the opinion of me, and that's what I take on it. So, but Insidious has a conspiracy theory that connects with this. So I'm going to give the floor to
Maybe I'm trying to find it.
I'm going to give the floor to Insidious, and Insidious, the floor is yours.
Can't find it.
Of course you can't. You know what? You suck at doing your homework.
I thought I bookmarked it, but
I mean, this is why you got an F in high school, because you always lost your homework.
no, the dog ate it. Don't worry, the excuse still don't work today. I tried.
Hello, Snowflake. How are we doing today? Well, Insidious is doing his homework.
I'm trying to fucking find it.
Mm. So, Snowflake, what's your take on the terrorist attacks in Israel that also cost the Americans lives? What's your take on it?
All right. Joe Biden faces fury over Iran deal as Israel attacks. That's what that was about.
Well, yeah, everyone knows that Hamas is allied with Iran. Everyone, yeah, that's a thing.
Well, what they're thinking is that Biden's Iran deal, when he gave them a lot of money.
Well, tell it was Obama's deal. Then Trump turned it off. Then Biden turned it back on again. But yeah, go ahead.
Either or, potato. So, in short, they're thinking that all the money he gave Iran turned around and gave it to these guys only in military instead of the money. They armed them pretty much.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, if that's exactly what happened, no one would be surprised. I mean, Iran has been funding these type of terrorist groups since the dawn of time.
I'm gonna agree. I'm not gonna disagree with you at all.
I mean, if you got me now, this is again my opinion, not the opinion of Highway 34 Connection, but we need to turn Iran into a giant wasteland. I mean, that is the centerpiece of a lot of the problems in the Middle East is Iran, and Iran also has, I believe, nuclear warheads. I mean, so Iran is a complete threat that needs to be taken out sooner rather than later. And that's my personal opinion. I'm not a warmonger. I don't like war, but I'm also not a person. I'm also a person that doesn't like to sit aside and understand that, you know what, there are threats to this country, there are threats to world peace, and Iran is on the top of that list.
You know, I relate with the whole genocide and stuff like that. Because we were at work today, and one of the guys there is going, "Well, why should we even fund Israel? Why?" And I showed him a picture of Well, it wasn't really a picture. It was a news article of 900 babies, of Jewish babies with no heads.
Ugh.
And I'm like, now you understand why we're sending them aid, why we're sending them help. And I guess Biden did do one smart thing. He told Iran if they were smart, they would stay out of this.
No. Actually, what I ran to be a part of it. I guess it's the reason to go to war with them. But that's that again. My opinion. Go ahead. I mean, look, between us and Israel, we have the strength to take them out.
Yeah, but we're not just getting Iran, though. We're going to get North Korea, Iran, and Russia, and then, of course, China.
Oh, you're talking about the full war. Okay, fine. If that happens, we have Europe on our side.
Yes.
We have Japan on our side, South Korea on our side, Australia and Canada on our side. So India is kind of neutral.
They only care about desert war. They don't count.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about a full-out third war, then that's how it's going to be. It's going to be us and a lot of allies. Russia, China, and Korea will be the triple communist nation, and then there'll be Iran and the Arab areas of their team, and it'd be like a triple threat, big ass nuclear war that will completely destroy this planet.
I don't think it'll be nuclear.
Dude, we have nukes. Russia has nukes. North Korea is trying to make nukes. Japan, I think South Korea may have some. Iran has them.
I don't think anybody is dumb enough to push that button because they know what one nuke will do to the earth. It's more of a scare tactic. Well, I got nukes. Well, so do I.
Dude,
but have you noticed not one of them have the balls to push the trigger?
Dude, we have the balls and we have pulled the trigger.
We have the atom bomb and the big motherfucker bomb, but we have not ever dropped the nuke. Ever.
Israel has them. And trust me, they will use them if they feel like they're backed into a corner. We've actually had to tell Israel dozens of times over the years, don't do it. We'll help you. Please don't do it. I mean, that's what happened with ISIS. It happened with Hezbollah. And it happened with other things over the course of it.
I agree 100% with ISIS. We should have nuked the bastards.
Point is, if one nation shoots a nuke, the other ones are going to, because I'm just saying, any one of these countries will shoot a nuke before they completely bow down to defeat. It'll be like they'll have that attitude. If I'm out, I'm taking you with me. That's exactly how it'll play out.
You know what I've gone to realize? Do you see any terrorists over here?
Yes.
You do? Where?
Yeah. Antifa.
Do you see them here?
Antifa.
Where?
Wait, are you talking about? Wait, when you say here, are you talking about America? Or are you talking about Iowa?
I haven't heard from Antifa since they got met on the bridge by a bunch of bikers.
That was awesome, by the way. No, are you talking about America?
All those little kids pissed themselves and hopped back on their mom and dad's minivans and went back to Hot Topic.
Okay, back to my question. When you talk about here, are you talking about America or are you talking about Iowa?
Talk about in general. When was the last terrorist group? Oh, wait. Antifa that showed up in California? Who cares? If that was a real threat, the gangs alone would have dismantled them.
Okay, well, wait a minute. What about that one terrorist group that took over Seattle for like a few months.
And the National Guard got called in and they pissed themselves. Again, the point being, and the citizens alone will make sure it doesn't happen. Any armed one, anyways. Israel's one of those places that don't allow their citizens to be armed.
What?
The last I knew. Let me double check.
Israel is armed to the teeth.
Let me double check.
Because they have like a mandatory draft for every single person, man or woman, to serve at least 4 years unless they're going to college. Israel's whole, they probably believe more in weapons than we do, and that's saying something. I mean, that whole song, try that in a small town. Yeah, try that in Israel. They don't screw around. You know, that's what songs should be. I mean, you try any of that shit there, they don't fuck around. Israel, that little nation, has been at war since day one.
Okay, they're a lot more stricter than us.
Stricter, yes, but not when it comes. Not with the way that you're thinking.
You got to meet the detailed test for carrying a private firearm due to self-defense and serving the security forces.
Yes, but because
a criminal or medical record will be required to undergo a telephone interview instead of a physical interview, and will be able to receive permission to carry.
Yes, but here's the thing that you're missing. Because of their mandatory draft that they have, pretty much 95% of the people have already passed all those regulations, and they're allowed to carry.
That's weird. I never knew that. Vatican City is a fucking given. Marshall Islands, you can't carry a gun, really? I did not know that. No wonder why so many of them come here and the first thing they go is to a gun store. Interesting. But no. Okay, I get it. It does take a lot longer to get a gun. Yeah, that's a lot harder.
Yeah, but again, like I said,
maybe America's just a bunch of crazy, inbred motherfuckers with I don't give a fuck attitude.
Well, I don't. Well, we don't give a fuck. I don't know if that's the problem or that's the good thing. It depends on what the problem is.
I don't know. BLM tried to come to Iowa and tried holding up a freaking intersection in Iowa City. That was a smart move. Well, should we show the clip on what happened there?
Mm-hmm.
They got ran the fuck over.
Try that in a small town.
Well, that was Iowa City. That ain't exactly small.
Well, compared to LA and Chicago and New York, is a small town.
They're also liberal.
Well,
speaking of which, where is Newsom in the polls? How's he doing?
Who?
Newsom.
Minnesota.
I said Newsom. How's he doing in the polls?
Dude, we're not turning this into a political debate.
Hey, I'm just curious. Call me curious. I have a right to be curious.
Yeah, do that on your own time. Right now, we're talking about this.
This is my time.
Hey.
Not a conspiracy.
That's That's not a conspiracy. That's just you being you.
Still a conspiracy.
Yeah,
Okay,
Rob,
conspiracy. If Newsom gets in, I don't give a fuck. I'm leaving. There's
If
your
what?
conspiracy.
If what?
If Governor Newsom gets in, I'm leaving.
Gets in where?
Presidential.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
honestly, at this point, can anybody really be worse than Biden?
No, yes. Have you seen California? It's tent city. That's under his order. As
What?
Governor Newsom.
What's his order?
Tent city. He raised fucking California's fucking taxes so damn high they can't even live in their damn houses.
Well, it's look. Honestly, it's what the people of California want. You know, that's what they want.
No, they want it for the rich. That's it. Just the rich need to live there. Everybody else should live in tents.
It's what they vote for.
It's what we all vote for because that's what they want to do to the whole fucking country. The U.S. should be for the rich. Everybody else should be nothing. It should be for the first and second class. There should be no third class.
Well, you know what? If it happens, it happens, and really, then people all have to do is blame themselves. If they like the way this country's going, keep voting the way they're going. That's the way I look at it.
If we have an election like the last one, we ain't got to worry about it.
Again, what the people want.
I doubt everybody voted for the crackhead we have right now. That won by more votes than his predecessor.
Yep.
And Biden. And Obama.
Yep.
And any other president.
Yep. Yep.
Nancy, good job paying the cartels. You did good work.
Well, we'll find out next year, won't we?
I gotta worry about next year. Just keep watching the news.
Well, I'm gonna say we'll find out about this time next year if I'm right or not.
Just keep watching the news. You'll find out more than what you want to know.
Dude, I don't believe half the shit that's on the news anymore.
No, watch the.
Dude, you get more truth in a magic show.
Well, pay more attention to the other stuff. Mainly Georgia. That's the one you need to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what Georgia is?
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that's trying to go against Trump for election fraud.
Yep.
And he's also the one that's going to play 8,000 Mules.
Yep.
Which I have that movie.
Georgia and Arizona are the two states you got to look at.
Yep. And what's the two states that had all the fucking problems?
Georgia and Arizona.
Exactly.
Mm.
And Pennsylvania. Can't forget about Pennsylvania.
Yep.
They had dead people voting. Yeah, why not? But you know that's legal nowadays. To have dead people voting. I wonder if my mom voted. I should go ask. All I know is that is one thing I will have on my tombstone if everything ever happens to me. God, please don't let me vote Democrat. There's no need to fear. The chief is here.
That's a nice slogan.
Should put that on a shirt. Along with Daddy Grandpa Chief. Now trending worldwide. Grandpa Daddy Chief.
Daddy Ghost, shut up. Daddy Insidious, shut up.
Oh,
Rather be a daddy than a grandpa.
I figured the babysitter better come in here to keep you two in check.
Keep us two in check. We just gotten started.
I know you did.
Fuck, I didn't even get started on ISIS yet.
Oh dear God.
Them anorexic.
And by the
lesbian-
way, I was lurking when one of y'all said that everybody voted for the dumbass. I didn't vote for the dumbass.
that would have been Ghost.
And neither
no,
did
I
my
said
wife.
that's not what I said.
Pixie.
What I said, we got what we got what we wanted. We voted what we and then we got to lay down and deal with it.
I didn't vote
Who's
for
we?
nobody that's
The
in that
fact
White House.
is, the majority of America. In fact, it's the majority of America. We made our bed. Now we're gonna lay in it.
I
I'm
did
sorry,
make my bed and I laying in it.
I'm sorry, but anybody that voted for the dumbass that's in the White House, I think they need to be sterilized.
Well, we'll find
Really?
out. Well, we'll find out next year, now won't we?
Because
Hey.
we don't need more stupidity in
Wait.
this country.
Wait, I have to say this. Did you guys hear the latest?
Yeah, Pixie wants to go to bed and she can't.
No. Hillary came out on TV and said all the Trump supporters need to have their brains governmentally redone.
Like she has any room to talk. She wanted it put out for her husband, so he had to get it from someone else.
Oh, ouch!
Hey, she was putting out to the vice president.
Yeah, probably.
Aw, did he give you a French kiss?
I was gonna say, sure, that's what he licked.
Oh boy.
So what Sunday are you two dinglebirds wanting to go to Mars Hill?
What is
Insidious.
So this Sunday, if you want, or next Sunday, says mega cult members need deprogramming. That's what she said. Ghost, we need deprogramming. We need to go back to sleep and be good little puppets.
Well, the closest weekend to Halloween is the 28th.
Sorry, it gives me time to find my ghost box.
Right, I'll have to check and see when the trunk or treats are in here because my wife has to go do it for her work.
That you know what? I'm going to do a podcast on trunk or treat. I think that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of in the history of. What? Am I allowed to have an opinion about it?
Yeah, I gave one. Just
And serious. Here's the problem I have with trunk or treating. You're encouraging small kids to go to strangers' cars for candy.
Trunk or treat is October 27th at 7:30 p.m. Paul. That's Fairfield. 2 to 4.
when?
The 27th.
Okay,
From
so
5 to 7:30.
it's the Saturday before. That's what I thought.
So I'm working this Saturday.
What else?
But yeah, the news this morning said it was 14 Americans killed.
I'm surprised we're not in there, but that's just me.
Because like I said earlier, if another president was in the White House
Well, we'd already
and only one American got killed over there, the whole place would be a wasteland right about now.
Have confirmed that 14 United States citizens were among at least 1,000 people killed during an attack on Israel, and is said to be 20 or more Americans have gone missing.
Nice doggy kisses.
So 14 have been confirmed, 20 Americans are missing.
Right.
So it could be a total of 34 deceased if they can't find the other 20.
Well, we know they also have them captive.
Yeah.
And terrorist groups don't keep captive Americans long.
No, they do not. But our lovely president is more worried about his son being judged, juried, and whatever else more than his fellow Americans.
Mm.
Honestly, there's an age limit on when someone can run for president. Age 35, correct?
Uh-huh.
I think there should be an age limit when you can no longer run. Or if you have something that, like, oh, I don't know, dementia or Alzheimer's, you can't run for office anywhere.
Well, it's not proven that he has any of it because he won't go get tested.
So yeah, we need to make, if it's 35, 45, we need to make it 65 and older, you can't run.
But then, no. Nope. Nope. Because
And you're saying that because Donald Trump is 77.
something like that.
I just looked it up. Biden is 80.
I bet she is.
Okay, let's put it this way. We shouldn't allow someone to run that has 1 foot in the grave.
Aye, aye, aye.
Or 1 grave or 1 foot in a nursing home, somewhere along those lines. Well, I guess the White House is a nursing home. What the heck?
Don't ask. Anyway.
You're switching devices.
No, I'm not actually. I just got kicked out. Anyway, and Reagan was 69 when he was president, and he was one of the best ones we had.
Go say something. Okay, never mind. It went bye-bye.
Yep.
Okay.
So, like I said, Reagan was 69 when he was president. He was one of the best ones we've ever had.
Yeah.
So, it's not the age; it's the maturity. And we both know Biden is not running the show. He's a puppet. He's the figurehead.
Yep, Obama's running it from his basement in his sweats.
Oh, dear God. Not this theory again.
Gary, I can prove you it's not. Want that?
No, because honestly, I don't got time for it tonight. I gotta pick up the wifey in about like 10 minutes.
Well, you got time.
So you guys have any more theory business?
Yeah, you just brought it up.
No, we're not doing that tonight.
I brought what up?
He wants to talk about how Obama's really running the show.
I'm not talking about that tonight. Anything else?
Yep.
Before I transfer this over?
To what?
Because I don't want to talk about it.
Talk about what?
NXT.
Oh, that was pretty good.
I think the best part happened at the end.
Yep, yeah, give me a minute.
Why in the heck did that just change colors?
Mm. Oh, here we go.
I have to also say that Africa's democratic progress is also at risk when leaders refuse to step aside when their terms end. Now, let me be honest with you. I do not understand this. I am in my second term. It has been an extraordinary privilege for me to serve as the President of the United States. I cannot imagine a greater honor or a more interesting job. I love my work.
Mm-hmm.
But under our Constitution, I cannot run again. I can't run again.
That was the wrong one.
I actually think I'm a pretty good president. I think if I ran, I could.
We know you can win. Shut up.
Wish
what
I
I
get a third term. And I used to say, you know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats, looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony. Wow. I'd be fine with that.
Oh dear God!
Told you, I could prove that.
That ain't nothing. Okay, unless you literally see him in his sweats in his basement with an earpiece talking to Biden, you can't prove shit.
Nobody wants to see that.
Well, first off, you could ask the CIA agent, but then they would just shoot you in the head for knowing.
See, that's the other thing. That brings up another point. I understand when the president and vice president are sworn in as president and U.S. president having Secret Service. But once your term is over, all the nuclear codes, all the warhead codes, everything change.
Right.
So why the fuck do you still need the Secret Service to watch over you?
Because of everything you knew while you were in there.
But they changed the codes to everything.
You could still
it's also a safety thing.
Yeah, you can still be a hostage, dude.
Yeah, think about it. Think of what happens if our enemies captured a foreign president or former vice president or their family member. Just imagine what that could do to the country.
Yeah, I guess that does make sense. Okay, what about still getting paid for being a former president? Because you still get money after your term is over.
Yeah. Well, dude, how many presidents are really still alive?
I don't know.
Trump's alive. Obama's alive. Clinton's alive. W is alive, and I think Carter's about to die, and that's it.
George W.
I said W.
But I was gonna think, I don't know if Trump's getting any money because he only took $1.
Well, he donated his.
There are 6 current presidents that are alive.
Right.
Other Carter, than Biden, there's Trump,
Obama,
Clinton. George W., Clinton, Jimmy Carter, and that's it.
And Carter's on his deathbed. He's not lasting much longer.
Yeah.
He says that with no respect given.
You know, it's kind of amazing that on how long this country's been around, we've really only had 46 presidents. Technically, only 45, even though this is the 46th term, we've only had 45 people in the White House because Grover Cleveland He served 2 terms, but they weren't consecutive. So, anyway, do we have anything else to talk about, Insidious? 'Cause
Former
Okay.
presidents receive a pension equal to the salary of a cabinet secretary. Executive level 1. As of 2020, it was $219,200 per year. Since January 2022, the prices went up to $226,300 per year. The
nice.
pension begins immediately after the president is departed from office, aka once a new president is sworn in. So, with that in mind, there are 5 former presidents alive, which means, other than Biden, because he's still in office, the other 5 presidents every year make 1.1 million, almost 1.2 million. $1,131,500 a year the U.S. is paying for former presidents.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I don't think a former president should get any money. You're no longer in office. Why are you getting money?
Because at the same time, even though they may no longer be in office, do you have any idea how much freedoms are really taken away from former presidents? Get this. They're not legally allowed to drive themselves anywhere anymore. They can't get normal jobs anymore because of the
Security behind it.
security behind it. Yeah. Every president has to be driven, and that includes their families. I mean, they're not allowed to basically drive anymore. They always have to be protected. They always have to have somebody with them. They always have to have. I mean, it's ridiculous because of a lot of security risks. And they don't want anything to happen to them. So they pay them to basically keep them basically out of the line of sight for any enemy that could potentially hurt them. I mean, think about it. If you just got done being the most important person in America, and now you think you should just be free game for all the enemies you made. Imagine that.
Oh, okay. Nope, that is completely false. The only president to relinquish a Secret Service protection was in 1995. Was Richard Nixon. However, since 1965, the United States Congress has authorized the Secret Service to protect former president and his and her spouse until the day they die. However, the former president and former first lady can deny protection.
I think it's also because of the way Nixon left the White House too, but because Nixon flat out resigned before he was completely impeached. But
okay, so in then a year later, it was made to where the Secret Service protects the entire family.
Yep. Anyway.
Nixon, Clinton, and Trump were criminally investigated while in office, but none have been prosecuted.
That surprises you?
Oh, there's the wifey. So, anything else?
Nope.
All right. So that was a good conspiracy theory. We'll probably have another one tomorrow.
We will.
I don't know. The way you've been shooting them out, I wouldn't be surprised if you have one in the next 5 minutes.
Well, there was this one time at band camp.
Good night, everybody.
I am Insidious. Thanks for watching this podcast.
This is The Ghost, and thank you for watching our podcast.
And I am the Chief. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night.